Morning! So it's Wednesday. It's not been a particularly great start to the day, as in me and Moo massively slept in. Actually, no, forget that. That is a pretty wonderful start to the day. The baby slept in. Positive side of things. But it has meant that we've like snuggled in bed and procrastinated and done nothing really late. So it's about 10:30. We are up and dressed now, but I mean, normally we're up at 6, so big difference. I feel like I've lost a significant portion of the day. So looking like rubbish as usual, but I thought I would take you guys around with me and show you sort of what I eat in a typical day. So hope you find it helpful, and yeah, let's go. So as you can see in the background, I live in a messy and unrenovated house. Specifically the kitchen is old and dated, and we've got about 18 more months before we're able to renovate it and do our dream kitchen. So we're just desperately, we could renovate it now, but it wouldn't be our dream kitchen, so we decided we would wait, build up the money, save, and yeah, do it properly and how we would want it exactly. So hence all the orange, and under here you can't quite see it, but it's like a bright blue. It's a bright blue cabinet. So anyway, I'm going to stop peering into the camera and actually make breakfast. So, and I can show you what I have. It's very dark. I can move this so it's a bit lighter. Is this lighter? Oh, I don't want that. Okay, so just normal oats from Asda. I don't measure anything, I just chuck it in. I'm starving, so I'm going to make probably double the amount I should have, which probably looks like this. Almond milk. I don't use regular milk because I do have lactose intolerance, so forgetting all the pros and cons of dairy, I try to have a dairy-free butter and a dairy-free milk drink, but I do put up with lactose intolerance digestive issues for cake, because cake is life and it's worth a tummy ache or two for. So that go now looks like, oh, I just spilled it. Oh, sugar. Typical. So, I don't know if you see, I'm spilling it even more. This, oh my goodness. I need to not video anything. Oops. Right, let me pick the camera up for a second. So it sort of looks like that. Very dark today. Right, that goes in the microwave. That goes in the microwave for 3 minutes, and now I'm gonna prep what toppings I'm gonna have. Okay, so the other thing I do at breakfast time is I have a protein shake. Regardless of whether I've worked out or not, I will always have a protein shake probably around breakfast. My breakfast doesn't contain any protein, like my normal oats that I make that I have every day. And ideally, I try to intuitively and subconsciously just try and have some protein with every mealtime, or every time I snack, or any time I have something to eat. Now, my porridge, as you're going to see, doesn't really consist of any protein. So I'll have a protein shake with my porridge. It'll be just in a shaker made with water. So I use a very small amount of water and just knock it straight back, so it doesn't really make any difference. Some people like to wait. Sometimes I will wait half an hour in between, but at some point at breakfast I'll always have a protein shake. I use the brand She Steps. I love it. I love the glass protein jars. They just look super pretty on my kitchen counter and don't have to put them away or anything. Let me get my water. So I make it about a quarter full, maybe not even that. And then it's 3 level scoops. And my porridge is done. So, here we go. And a good shake. So good, tastes like strawberry milkshake. Right. My porridge is done and it sort of looks like that, which looks really boring and unappetizing. But it's gonna get a whole lot better. Next, honey. Again, it's just regular honey, it's not like Manuka honey or anything, just from my local supermarket. Yeah, quite a big drizzle of honey, no shame. It's worth pointing out that breakfast is my most favourite meal of the day, so I really go to town on it. I don't think about how much fat's in there, how many calories or anything. I love my breakfast, so it's full of honey, full of chocolate, full of everything, because I love it. And then the rest of my meals are normally pretty balanced. So honey, got my peanut butter. I always have this one. Just because it's normally on offer in my supermarket, so tablespoon of peanut butter, big sprinkle of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. I'll have cinnamon on anything I can. I even sometimes put it in my spaghetti bolognese. Don't ask me why. I just happen to really like cinnamon. Then we're gonna have... So I get these from Asda and they're just a tub of frozen blueberries. So I like to use these rather than normal blueberries because one, obviously they last a really long time. 2, they cool down my porridge so I can eat it immediately. So I just sprinkle them in and then I push them into the porridge so that they start to melt and thaw. So obviously the porridge is always boiling. That's nice. And then chia seeds. Again, just found these in my local supermarket. Nothing, didn't order them in, nowhere fancy. And the best bit, dark chocolate chips every single day, because why shouldn't breakfast have chocolate? I fully believe that life would not be worth living if you couldn't eat chocolate. Like, who would do that? The healthier bit, banana. I can never ever be bothered to get a knife out to make pretty banana coins, so I just cut them up with my spoon. Perfect. And then a tiny extra drizzle of almond milk just to make it really wet and rather than dry. And definitely not Instagram worthy, but I'll show you what it looks like. That's my bowl of porridge. Okay, so it's about 1 o'clock and so far today I've had, as you've seen, I've had a protein shake, I've had some porridge with some fruit and peanut butter and chocolate chips. and I've also had a cup of tea, and now I'm gonna have my lunch, which I meal prepped at the beginning of the week. So I literally take it out of the fridge like this, I pop off the lid, leave it loosely on, and stick it in the microwave for 3 minutes, and that's it. So I'll show you what's inside. So here we have one portion of my lunch, and I have 4 of these prepped in the fridge for the rest of the week. And this is really, really lean, like 2% fat lean turkey mince. Mixed with brown basmati rice, some quinoa, some Mexican style beans, like refried beans, and black pinto beans, pinto beans, peppers, onions, and tomatoes. So, and it's got like a fajita seasoning. It was cooked in a fajita seasoning, so it's really, really tasty. I do find that when I reheat them, they come out a little bit drier than I would like. So I usually have a tablespoon of hummus with mine, just to make it even yummier. As you know, I don't track macros or count calories or anything. Everything I do is sort of intuitively. I just sort of like to see, as I explained before, that I'm getting some source of protein every time I eat. So that meal prep is a really good one for me, because I know that it's packed full of protein with the turkey mince, which is also low fat. The beans and the quinoa are a protein source. So that ticks off another protein box. And that it's got carbs, it's relatively low fat, I hope. So for me as a protein source, that's a really good one. So yeah, so eat that. I might put a little sprinkle of grated cheese on top as well. Yeah, so eating intuitively means if I fancy the cheese, I have the cheese. If I'm not that bothered about the cheese, I don't have the cheese. If I fancy guac, I have guac. If I don't fancy guac, I don't have guac. It's the best way. I'm back and it's officially afternoon snack time, so I'm going to show you my go-to snack goodie box. Okay, so here we have, so this is a woman's best box, but there's a couple of things in here. So as you can see, in here we have my 2 most favorite protein bars. So we've got the women's best power protein cookies and the square bars. I have like a box under here of square bars as well. And these are my 2 favorites. I'm just gonna quickly talk you through them. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna have today with a cup of tea for my afternoon snack, but it's gonna be one of these 2. I don't mind. There is a big difference between these 2, and I personally don't mind which one I have, because I'm not super concerned that one is clean and one is not, because really they're both sort of delivering the same sort of thing, and for a small percentage of my diet, which this is, I don't worry too much that this one is like a little bit more chemical-y than this one, if that's even a term. Sorry, my little girl is cuddling me right now. Anyway, hi Mo. Oh, say hi, Maddie, say hi. Hi. What's that? You look as much big of a state as Mummy. We need to do our hair, don't we? Right, anyway. So, let me put these on the floor so you can see. So if we look at the back, if you see on the, see if I can get the square bars one to zoom. Oh, okay, here we go. So the ingredients for the square bar, as you can see there, everything, you will know what the ingredient is. You can pronounce it. It doesn't sound like full of chemicals. It's literally organic, this, that, and the other. It's coconut nectar, almond butter, oats. Like, you'll know everything that's in there, which is a great, great plus point to the square bar. Whereas if you look at a Women's Best Power Protein cookie, let's see if we can get it to focus, there we go. It sounds a little bit different. Protein concentrate, milk chocolate, fructose syrup, glucose syrup, dark chocolate drops, sucrose, so a lot of sugar, oats, dark wheat flour, white chocolate, collagen, hydrolysate, chicken, egg, margarine, vanilla, water, baking powder, and cocoa, and I can never pronounce that one. Lecithin? I don't know. But they're both sugary snacks. Both got protein in them. It just depends what your goals for eating sort of processed food are. So it's also worth noting that this is half in grams, like half the size of this. So this is 80 grams, I think, and this is 44. So and they're both 10 grams in fat, but like I said, this is double the size, so this is actually much higher in fat, but you might argue better quality ingredients. And I think this has double the amount of protein in it, but you would expect it to because it's double the size. So this is 10 grams of protein, this is nearly 20. So they're my two favourites. This is completely amazing with a cup of tea, protein cookies, they're gorgeous. This just tastes like a genuine chocolate bar. So if you feel like you need a chocolate bar, then I would go with this one. If I really want biscuits and tea, I'll go with this one. That's it. Hi, as you can maybe tell by the light difference, it's now tea time. After I showed you my afternoon snack, I ended up choosing white chocolate protein cookies to have with a cup of tea, but I was torn for at least 7 minutes. So now tonight we're gonna have a stir fry for dinner. At some point this afternoon, I also managed to get in my workout that I missed this morning because we woke up too late, and I had my second protein shake of the day straight after that. But I figured you guys don't need to see me like shake another protein shake bottle, but I had number 2 after my workout. So now we're just gonna cook dinner, and tonight we are having, let me show you. I don't know if you can see, we're having stir fry. So I've got 400 grams of chicken, I've got an edamame bean box of mixed veg, some rice noodles, and I could pretend that I'm gonna make a sauce from scratch, but we all know I can't cook, so I'm not. Oh my gosh, the doorbell. I'm gonna have the teriyaki and ginger stir fry sauce. So it's fairly low in fat, quite high in sugar, but it tastes delish and it's convenient, so that's what we're gonna have for tea tonight. Loads of veg, loads of broccoli, loads of beans. Sauce is in, so just a couple more minutes and then dinner is ready. And I love stir fried for that exact reason, that it's super quick, and because it all comes pre-prepped pretty much, you just chuck it all in the pan and you're good to go. Dinner is served. So a little recap on my day. As you can see, I'm really convenient. Oh, get down. Sorry, I'm a really convenient eater rather than a cook, and it just works, keeping everything super simple. I don't worry too much about sauces on things. Like, I love pasta and pesto, but I'll quite happily use a store-bought pesto rather than make one myself, because I know that I could do it better, but if I try and do better, I'm probably not going to keep it up. So in all today, I had a protein shake, I had my porridge oats with fruit, I had turkey fajita mince with peppers, rice and quinoa, and veggies. I had 2 protein cookies and a cup of tea for my afternoon snack. I'm having chicken stir fry for dinner. I probably won't have anything else afterwards, but if I do have a craving for something sweet, I'll probably have 4 small squares of dark chocolate. And then the only other thing to tell you about is that I drank 4 of these today, and one of these is 750 ml, so it's about 3 litres of water I drank today, which is super important to me, and I love it. So I think I'm actually the worst videographer in the world, but hopefully this has been fairly helpful to show you what I eat in a day. So I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a cheeky thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and obviously leave me any questions in the comments or any suggestions for anything else you'd like to see in the future. Bye girls, bye! Hi everyone, I'm back. I know you thought it was the end of the video, but last night I figured that there would be a lot of you who would want to know how many calories yesterday's food came to. And even though you know I don't count calories or track macros, I know a lot of you are interested in that kind of information. So it seemed only appropriate that I at least give sort of work it out and be able to break it down for you, just for curiosity and for interest. So all the food that you saw yesterday came to 2,065 calories, and that was put into MyFitnessPal. I don't think it was 100% accurate because there was a couple of guessing of cups and things like that. So, but as a rough guide, it was just over 2,000 calories worth of food. From a macro perspective, sorry, let me just look it up. It says that I was 49% carbs, 18% fat, and 33% protein. So I think that's it sounds fairly good to me. Low in fat, high in carbs and protein. But I think if you were tracking macros, probably needed to be a little bit more protein and maybe a little less carbs. But yeah, it's also worth noting that obviously this is my diet now that I am definitely not trying to lose any weight, trying to probably gain a bit of muscle. My total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE, is according to my Apple Watch is around 1,800 calories a day, even with a workout. So as you can see, I'm slightly over in my calories, and hopefully I will be able to, the idea is that that can be converted to muscle. We'll see. But just for any of you who are trying to be in deficit, because obviously I won't say that I ate loads of food yesterday, but if I was you and I was trying to cut the calories intake down on a day like yesterday's food, I would be looking at the breakfast and the snack, because my breakfast came out at around 700 calories. It's double the normal portion size, so it doesn't need to be anywhere near as big as that. So if I was looking to cut the calories down, I would be looking at breakfast and getting that probably down to 400 calories, and I would be looking at that snack, because that Women's Best protein cookie is about 320 calories, because they're 2 big cookies. So realistically you would easily be okay just having 1 cookie, which will obviously cut that in half as well, or I would be looking for a healthier alternative for a snack, so maybe like apple and peanut butter, or some like Greek yogurt and fruit, or something like that. So there were definitely ways to make savings on calories in yesterday's food, if you're trying to be in calorie deficit. So I hope that gives you some sort of nutritional value information that you can take away, and thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye!